Yeah, we over nosy. We on that brink of greatness. So close I fucking taste it. Premature celebration. So let's get fucking wasted.
Hey.
Let's go then. Let's go then.
What's good, people?
Let's go then.
Hey.
What's up, good people?
What it is. Good evening, beautiful people, and welcome to another dope-ass episode of the Phat Girl Chronicles. I'm your girl, Leo Rochelle. Yes, Kat, I said I'm is. I saw that face. I'm your girl, Leo Rochelle. And we got the squad up in the building tonight. You know, we got the squad in the building. We got your girl, Miss Kat. We got the boy, Trosh, in the building. We got Queen Bree.
Hey, y'all, hey.
We got your girl, Tony, popping back in real quick.
What up,
our special guest in the building? We got husband and wife team of the Bond Chronicles. We got Ray.
What's good, y'all? Welcome.
Black love.
Hey, y'all. So listen, we are like thoroughly excited to have y'all on here.
We're excited to be here.
Facts.
We love Black love and Black love doing business together. Like that is super amazing. So we are always here for that. I had to cut my camera off. I'm over here trying to get myself together, y'all. Technology is not my friend. Like since Sunday, technology has not been my friend. It is like, no, ma'am, we ain't trying to hear nothing. We ain't here for nothing that you're trying to do. So I'm like, okay. So,
Hey.
She always do that.
On?
She do that long little intro, then pause and just be saying one word. Hey.
Cause I have to regroup. That's how I regroup. That's how I get myself together and come back to the topic at hand.
Listen, he's always calling somebody out. It's too early.
Hey, hold on. What's going on today, man?
It's 8:03, babe. It's 8:03.
And for y'all that don't know, I'm the mouth, aka Pop, the one in the t-shirt at the beginning.
Y'all will see later why we call him Pop. He generally has some old school Negro spiritual type shit to say during the show.
Not old school Negro spiritual type.
Yeah, I mean it'd be like, okay then, you know, so we be trying to understand what he's saying.
Y'all got the laws at your door.
Yep, he say shit like that randomly.
That's real weight in the waterish. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
What's good, Marcel? What's good, Marcel? Hey, y'all. So I just want to first and foremost welcome everybody to another dope-ass episode of the Phat Girl Chronicles.
We here.
You know, it's every
dog.
It's
a dog.
No. Somebody riding by, you know. Somebody riding by, you know. Every week is something new over here in this area, in this neck of the woods. So, you know. Anywho, you know. Thank y'all for tuning in. Those that are tuning in from Facebook, YouTube, and listening in on JQLM Radio, we thank y'all for being here. Like I said in the beginning, we got our special guest, the Bond Chronicles on the Phat Girl Chronicles. And we are excited to have them here. We talking about relationship rules, relationship goals. Did I put rules? I'm up here thinking about Kat.
You know, it's okay. You know, it all applies.
Relationship goals. That's what it's supposed to be. Goals. So, you know, I've watched you guys on YouTube and all of that dopeness and paid attention to your show. And I love the fact that you guys kind of talk a lot about your life. You know, you talk about a lot of other things too, but you really can grasp that you both love what you do and you love what you do together. So tell us what brought the Bond Chronicles about.
I'll give my perspective of it. No, I just started with, we just be talking. Like, we got a lot of similar interests. The world gives us lots of content to discuss on a regular basis. We black, and like we black. So
Black.
that got all its, different things that come with it. And so we've known each other for a long time. We've known each other since high school. So we got a lot to talk about. And so we figured through this pandemic, I think we have some pretty good discussions. I think my takes are usually best. I think I win most of the arguments and discussions. And so we figured, why not
starting early?
Why not bring other people into what we get to experience on a regular basis? So yeah, that's kind of my perspective. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, and life and time wasn't really afforded to us. And then good old COVID came through and was like, let's do this thing. So
it gave you that opportunity.
100%.
Yes. So, we're gonna hop in. I know the cast and crew might have some questions. I know I have questions, but one of my first questions is what kind of brought you guys to how did you guys decide on what topics that you guys would discuss? Like, being a husband and wife, like you said, you both have different perspectives on things, but how do you guys choose your topics for your shows, and how do you bring them, how do you have them to circle back to the fact that you guys are a couple, if that makes any sense?
Yeah. It does. We try, honestly, just to stay with what's going on in the world. It's like he said, last year we saw so many different stories. There were so many different polarizing characters just around us, and we have a lot of really dope conversations. And as my husband so eloquently put, he feels like he wins frequently in these conversations. And so it's more so, it's like we have a conversation, and obviously we're recording it, and it's like we would like for the audience, give us your feedback so that we know who won this topic of conversation. And so it's really like what we find relevant to us. Like we said, we're young, Black, we're parents, we're Christian, so there's always a plethora of things for us to talk about, and that relates to us. Especially when you're talking about being represented in a creative space, because people love to talk about Black people and take things from Black people in a creative space. You don't frequently actually use Black voices to really push the message across. So I think that's how we mostly pick our topics.
Yeah, I would say that the other piece to that is we did some pre-planning. So I went through, we're a blended family as well. So we just kind of took and pulled from our life's experiences and said, these are topics that really, most of the topics we discuss are important to us. And we feel like we're in touch with the culture of, current events, whether it's following TMZ, following Shade Room, following all them people.
Because the Shade Room be having some shit, don't they?
They keep it coming on a regular basis. And so just being back when, I guess everybody here is probably old enough when World Star was a thing. I guess it probably is still to a certain extent. So just being a part of culture, we love music and entertainment, and entertainment is entertaining. So that's a lot of it. And then just kind of not only what we see, but our take on what we see, and then how it relates to us is usually how we generate our topics.
I did. Well, I do want to say happy anniversary. I do know you guys just had an anniversary to pass.
Happy anniversary. That's dope. How many years?
Two. Married.
Two married.
Okay. How long together?
Well, technically together, 2.5.
Oh, y'all still fresh then. Holla at me in 2 years.
Yeah,
holla at me in 2 years.
We've known each other since we were sophomores 16. In high school.
So over half my life.
Yeah, we've known each other a long time now.
That's good. That's beautiful.
That's what's up. So you guys just kind of took advantage of everyone just kind of being locked down and being at home and being able to just open up your lives to people and allow them to share their opinions on your opinion.
Yep, pretty much.
Try and provide, the world is heavy. If you watch the news for 30 minutes, it'll tear your whole day apart.
For sure.
With everything that be going on. So we just, try to give take on, like I said, news, but try and make people laugh, make stuff a little bit lighthearted. Some stuff it can't be lighthearted. We went through the George Floyd trial and all of that. I'm sorry, the Derek Chauvin trial and all that. So you touch on stuff like that, but then you talk about other stuff like music and your favorite artists or favorite movies, TV. So a lot of that is that, but really just try and make stuff a little bit lighter, because if not, with the way the world is and people being separated for so long, it can be tough.
Definitely. I commend you guys for jumping into it and finding your niche during this time. I commend a lot of people that's been taking advantage during the pandemic, especially minorities, and finding their niche and finding their place and making it profitable, or making it expand for them, instead of just sitting still and not doing anything during this time.
Yeah, I would say I agree with that 100%. She started three businesses now.
Yes, get it, girl.
I've invested a lot. I know a ton more about cryptocurrency than I knew 6 months ago, like stocks. And I've always been invested, but went through the whole AMC GameStop wave and all that stuff that went on. So using this time to definitely educate ourselves on, thank God for the stimulus check helped us.
Right. Listen.
And we had 3 kids, so that them checks was all right.
Like, we've been doing home renovations, just there's all sorts of stuff going on over here.
That's what's up.
That's raw. I like it.
I started a couple businesses myself during the pandemic. The last one I just started, I'm stripping at old folks' homes.
Yeah, I knew it.
We knew it wasn't gonna be long. We knew it was not gonna be long. We knew it was not gonna be long.
God.
He was like, "Oh, okay, here's my
man." Hey, he was right there. He's right there, like when you finna jump in the double dutch rope, like,
when it's coming, because I'm ready. His feet was ready. His gym shoes was tied tight just so he could jump in right there. So we got a question. Marcus said, what was the turning point in your relationship that made you realize, hey, this is my person?
That's a good question.
That's a good question, Marcus.
It is. So for us, me personally, when we started talking, I had just ended a 4-year long distance relationship. And since we've been friends our whole lives, for me, like, I'm telling him, this is what's going on. Like, I don't think I got another one of these crappy relationships in me left. Like, I can't keep doing this. I realized for me that I need to do something different if I want that long lasting, I'm looking at you and you gray in the face, old people love. And so just having conversations with him, he had also ended his relationship, and it was more so like, because we used to kick it back in high school, and it was like, so what's up? We have this opportunity. You say you want something different. I know what I want. I see it in you. Like, are we willing to not necessarily jeopardize the friendship, but are we willing to put the friendship at the core of our relationship and see what this could really be? And it was like, we both went into it like, okay, we're going to do this. And if we're going to do this, this is going to be it. So I guess it was the end of the 2018, the end of 2018.
It seems like a long time ago.
It does seem like a really long time ago. The end of 2018, I was like, all right, let me get my life together. January 1, we're going to start. And whatever happens, we'll give it a year. If it works, then it's forever. And if not, I'll still love you because you've always been my homie. And then the year 2019 came, and then it came. And then like we started talking early about marriage and what we wanted from the relationship and from each other. And so once we got pregnant, it was like, well, we got to do this thing. And
well, here we are.
Exactly. And we were like, it's crazy because, and again, this is me speaking for me. I knew how to love him as a friend, Like I knew a lot of the things that he was as my friend, but loving him as my partner, as my husband, it was a totally different experience. And so in this, 2 years since we've been together, it's like, I knew he was my friend. Like I knew like he was always there for me. I just didn't realize how much more he would be for me as my person, as my husband, and all of that. So it's just been crazy. I've loved it. Love him,
Oh, that's
So
so
I have a
beautiful.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
So you said y'all messed around, y'all kicked it in high school, and then y'all did y'all own thing. While y'all were doing y'all own thing, did either of you have a secret crush on the other person, even though you were
for
off
sure.
doing your own things?
I did. Like, I don't know if he'll admit that he was like still in love with me, but like I always like love. Like again, like I loved him as a friend. I was like, I mean, if anything should ever happen, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
I would say for me, yes and no. Like we've always been really cool. Like my upbringing was rough. I don't want to call it standard for a young black man, but parents split. Kind of me and my mom had to figure it out, get it out the mud, so to speak. And so at that critical point in my life, like I'm not a very like my personality on camera stuff, like I can open up. But typically speaking, I don't let people like close to me unless like I trust you. Because I'm the kind of person that once trust is broken, like it's over. And that's what happened with my marriage, my first marriage. Once the trust is gone, like I can't do that. There's too much going on in my life for me to be worried about what you're doing or can I trust who you are as a person. And so at that point in my life, my circle got really small and she was a really integral part of that circle. So because of the kind of person I am, like regardless of whatever was going to happen, and like I said, I ended up marrying somebody else initially, the love was always going to be there because people that are with me at those times, like I will never turn my back on those kind of people. So we always had that as a foundation. And so as far as the love aspect, like I saw her from a distance once I got, involved in my relationship. She kind of took a step back. And there's a lot that's involved in that. But we saw each other, like obviously social media allows people to stay close without physically being close. But we didn't talk as much. And then once ironically enough, kind of our situations ended around the same time. I think there was a little more freedom and comfortability with, talking more often, and it kind of grew from there. But I would definitely say the love has always been there, and I believe it'll always be there, regardless of what happens in the future.
That's what's up.
You kind of answered my question I was going to ask already. You just answered it, though. Cause I was just going to ask, did y'all significant others know each other, like were y'all around each other and like that? But you said, no, y'all took steps back and stuff and did it from a distance. So, yeah, okay.
So, like, for me, and I'll let her kind of share me. So, I'm 2 for 2. Like, 2 girls from high school, I've married both of them. So we all knew each other. Like we all had, I guess at this point, mutual friends. We all knew each other pretty well. And I don't know that on my side there was necessarily a bunch of uneasiness initially. But I think, I don't know if it was, but I don't think anything was ever said.
No, for sure. And again, I've always, my whole thing with him is always, I want you to be happy, regardless of whether it's us in a relationship, us friendship, whatever. I want you to be happy. And so when he started his relationship with his ex, I was like, if that's what you're doing, that's what, I have much respect for you, much respect for her. I want you to be happy. For full transparency, like I did her makeup for your engagement party. Like I was at the wedding, like 100 full supportive friend. So it was more so when we drifted apart, I guess you can say, it was just me being respectful of their relationship. Like, you're newlyweds, y'all want to be together, do all the newlywed stuff. Like, so it wasn't necessarily, I don't want to be around her because I don't like her or anything like that. But more so just showing respect for their relationship and respect for him and his wife.
But even with that respect level that she was showing, like, you didn't think, like, in the back of your brain, like, oh, while you doing her makeup, like, this motherfucker married the wrong motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
No, it was never like that. Nah, like again, like we all knew each other in high school. Like I actually knew her before he did. Like she hung out with a different crowd, and that was my crowd at the time. So like I was cool with her. Like I liked her and everything. So when they got engaged, I was super excited. Like again, like I wouldn't have offered to do her makeup if I felt away. I definitely wouldn't have gone to the wedding if I felt away. Like
you wouldn't have went to my wedding
if I felt away about it or something. Like, probably not.
That's normal though. A lot of people that still feel a certain type of way, they won't go. For real.
I ain't going.
It's too hard.
It's
too hard.
Because I'm
it's not for you though. You support.
Because I end up like Dwayne at Whitley's funeral.
Exactly.
I love you.
Exactly.
At Whitley's funeral.
I mean Whitley's wedding.
That's the wedding.
I mean,
like
it was gonna be somebody's funeral, but you know, like I would have felt some kind of way. I would have showed up like, I love you, like Dwayne.
No, yeah, we not going out like that,
and we not. So
I was excited.
Right? Did your ex at any time while y'all were together feel like y'all were too close as friends?
No. Like she knew. Like again, I know we kind of reiterated. Like we know each other. So it was never like that, and she knew me as a person. Like that part of life, like I'm just not with. You know, if I'm committed to, like, I haven't dated a bunch of women because I didn't want to commit and I didn't want to break that commitment. And a lot of that comes from my upbringing. So I feel like she knew, like, if I'm in it with him, I ain't got to worry about him. Conversely, if I'm in it with him and I mess it up, I know what's going to happen. So no, she never voiced anything. Probably the biggest issue we had then was my mom, but not no other women or nothing like that. Cause I always made sure, like, I ain't gonna be texting late at night. I'm not, and I overshare. Like, I be telling stuff that ain't even probably really important, but just in case somebody see me somewhere, I don't want them to act like something happened that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I tend to overshare at that. So, yeah, that was never an issue. At least not, it wasn't brought to me.
So you said that you ain't going out like that. Like, you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying, go try to profess your love before a mistake is made that you possibly think is a mistake that he's making or whatever. Like, you don't think like that's like a big thing where like, yo, you could have just said something. He probably felt the same way at that point, but like he don't got you, so he don't even know how you feel. So of course he gonna pick.
Bruh.
Shout out to T-Mobile.
And he gonna come back and cuss it.
Shout out to T-Mobile.
I think I get where he's going, but no, like for me, again, like we have a really long friendship, and if there's anything that I know about him is like he doesn't just walk into any situation without taking into consideration all aspects of it. So if me, your friend, you're telling me this is what's going to make you happy, this is what you want to do, like regardless of how I may or may not feel, which at the time, like again, we had been platonic at that point for years.
And she had been like, I think the other part that's missing is she been in a relationship too.
Yeah.
She wasn't just waiting around,
I wasn't just
single, twiddling her thumbs. Like she had some intense relationships. I think that played, I would say, I guess, indirectly played a role for me because she wasn't an option either. So I think that's the part. Now, if she was just sitting around doing nothing, you know, that might have been different, but she was in probably a more serious relationship than I was because y'all was living together and everything.
Yeah, we were.
While I was still in college. So
yeah. So it was never like, oh, I gotta stop him before he makes the biggest mistake of his life type thing.
What she wanted.
Yeah, I guess you can say at that age and at that point in my life, I guess I did think that I was with someone who I could spend the rest of my life with. But at the same time, even if I had still felt some kind of way or any like emotions towards him in that nature, I still wouldn't have said anything just off of the respect of his relationship. Like personally, I feel like when someone's telling you this is who I'm in love with, this is who I want my life to be with, like you can throw your feelings and your emotions into that mix, but what is that really going to do for said person? Other than add a lot of confusion to their relationship and then put them in a position where if they don't feel the same way about you, you look dumb. And two, now they're forced to have to remove you from their life because they don't want that threat to the relationship that they're in.
That's a lot of fear.
I missed the whole damn answer to my damn question.
This is your question. She knew where you were going with it.
That's
so
okay.
She answered it.
Well, he said he missed the answer though. But you can go back and watch it.
Catch it on the replay.
I just want to go. If y'all go to homecoming this year, I just want to go with y'all. See how that go.
No, because we didn't graduate from the same class as her, so our graduating class is different.
Either way, that's not a thing.
Hey, this nigga mouth like, I want the drummer. I need to see the drummer.
Yeah, like I don't think we've been in the same space since our divorce, and I think that's probably best.
Yeah.
So, like, even if we happen to be or we were, there would be no communication. So, like.
So how do you guys feel about the Portia situation that's going on right now? Like, have y'all talked about that in your podcast?
He don't even know who she is. So
what do you mean? I don't know where she come from, but I see the clips and the highlights, and I understand the situation.
Right. That's all I know is highlights and clips.
Yeah, like I know the name. I'll give my take, and then you can give your take. So no, I think it's trash personally. Like, from what I understand, I think the girl's name's Natalie Lynn or something like that.
No, Fallon.
There you go. Something like that. So it was her man. I guess they were like separated or something. And she introduced him because she came on the show. And they been separated for like 2 months, maybe, something like, if that. Like, it happened this year and now they already engaged. Like, I think that's trash. I would never do that. Like, I'm the type of guy, like, if I knew my dudes was dealing with a girl, I wouldn't deal with her. Just off the strength. You ain't got to say nothing to me. Like, she's off limits to me unless, like, we have an explicit conversation. So for me, it's messy. I think it'll be great for ratings if they both stay on the show going forward. But as like, she would have to see me early and often if she did that to me, and then we was on the same TV show.
Early and often.
Okay, I'm confused. I'm sorry. I'm so confused right now.
Why?
Because so like what you just said was basically it's trash, and if any of your dudes was ever talking to any girl, they're completely off limits no matter the case. But y'all situation, it's not the same, but it's kind of in the same arena because y'all all knew each other. Y'all were all friends. They hung in the same circles, and you know you were married to one girl, and I don't know how long y'all split was before you married your current wife, but now y'all married. So right. Is that not in the same arena of things when it comes to the bro code / girl code?
Ooh, for girl code, nah. Because I mean, personally, like I knew his ex-wife, but we were never we were never really friends. Like we did travel in the same circles. We knew a lot of the same people, but we're also from a really small town, and everybody know everybody here. Okay, yeah, so.
I like it.
Like I know a bunch of her exes. I know a bunch of his exes. Like it's if we were going to move in that way, then we wouldn't be together. So I would, and then also like when they got divorced and when they went through their separation and everything, I hadn't spoken to her probably since they got married. So it wasn't like, oh, we were kikiing and he's telling me stuff. She's telling me stuff
with each other.
Right. Like we weren't like buddy or anything.
Right.
So I wouldn't necessarily say it's the same situation.
And I think
per Portia, they just ran in the same circles in Atlanta on the Atlanta scene. They weren't really friends. It was the husband that introduced them. So they say. It was the husband who introduced them, and they were business. They were working for business purposes, just for the show.
Yeah.
So my understanding was though the introduction to the husband came through what's her name? Fallon.
Yeah.
So and like she brought Portia into her home around her husband, thinking everything was kosher, and then when Portia saw that there was like a chasm or a gap, she shot in there. Like that wasn't us by any stretch.
No.
Right? So that's the part I think that's messy. I'm not the person that thinks if one person's been with somebody, they shouldn't be with nobody else, nothing like that. And I know people in my circle that have dealt with a lot of the same girls. I'm just not that way. But if I'm bringing you around my girl and then you see me and my girl having problems, and you whispering in my girl ear trying to break us up, and then we break up, and then you slide on in and push me out the door, like, nah. Like I said, you have to see me early and often if you try and play it that way.
So with that, because we really don't know if that was the case in their situation, right? But my thing that I keep hearing like people say is, if I know somebody who has dealt with somebody, then that person is automatically off limits. But what if those two people just didn't have the same chemistry as you and that other person? You feel what I'm saying? Like, are we saying we're closing ourselves off to the possibility of what could be for us off of the back of a loyalty to a relationship that didn't work somewhere else?
And I don't, because it, again, like when you start to get into that, it's like different nuances of people. Everybody looks at loyalty and respect differently. Like I personally, like I've read a bunch about the Portia Fallon situation. And by all accounts, Portia says, I only knew her because the show wanted us to be friends so they could introduce her onto the show. I know him through her, and they were already going through their issues when I even came into the picture. And so it's like, I know this woman, we're going to be on the same show, but is she my best friend? Am I going to go confide in her? Like, probably not. Meanwhile, and that's the finicky part though, because they're still married. You're married until you're divorced. So the fact for me that's messy is that she couldn't wait until his divorce was finalized before. Said it was final. Yeah, it's not final.
I think they just filed like in January. February.
Yeah, so to my knowledge, it's not finalized.
And so I think that's the thing, is timing. So if it's a situation where like they were separated for a year or two or something like that, especially in that world, I know reality and entertainment and all that, their timelines in life is just different.
A lot different.
Oh yeah.
So I think if it was somewhere, even if it had been 6 months and like it was public, like we're done, then that's one thing. But just the timing, the way she moved, and then so now they're engaged. Like,
right.
That's all just, and I can't guess Portia couldn't be like, no, but it just seems like, I don't know.
I also think that some of this may be for publicity and
for sure,
and ratings and all that other kind of stuff. Because
they done did 13 seasons. They need something,
right? Not to say people ain't that dirty, but I also think some of the stuff that they add into these shows be great ass plot twists. Like, but there's more. But
if you take celebrity status out of it, this shit happens every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, take like the celebrity out of it every day. So I think for me, I always find it interesting to hear how people make it okay. Like if it was for 6 months and they were separated and then she divorced, like we put all these things in place that make it, oh my gosh, I swear. It's just, what if you just fall in love? And that's what the shit is. Can we just let it be without I'm just glad I'm not a celebrity.
I'm one of those people that just be like, I don't give a fuck.
Right. Right.
We know, Papa.
Yeah, you can roll like that. But that's the thing. Like, you listen to popular culture. Like, again, like we've known each other for 15, 16 years. We got married we got married in May of 2019. So we were 5 months into a relationship and we got married. And a lot of people be like, you probably just made the dumbest mistake of your life. Y'all don't know anything about being together, this, that, and the third. But they don't know the conversations that we've had between each other. They don't know what we want from each other and from our relationship. So it's like you're always an outsider looking into somebody else's relationship, regardless of whether I'm telling you my business or not. You don't know what's going on in his head. You don't know what's going on in my head. And you definitely don't understand the feelings that we have for each other. So it's like, to an extent, I agree with you. Like, love is going to be love is going to be love. If that's how they feel about each other, then they really don't care that anybody's commenting on anything that's going on between them.
And the biggest thing about that is I don't got to do this shit your way.
Exactly.
Just because you feel like I got to wait don't mean I got to wait. I don't got to do this shit. This ain't your damn life.
Exactly.
Shit.
I think the part though, especially on that level, and I'm with all that, but if it don't work, they're gonna live with that.
Yeah.
Like people gonna kill them for it. And if you want to embrace that and that's good for publicity, then great. But I think you put a bigger target on your back when you move that kind of way. And so you just gotta live with that. And if there's kids and stuff involved, it sucks when they get dragged into it because now they gotta go to school and they gotta live with it too.
For sure.
Because your mom or your dad acted a certain way.
It's for the streets.
But then you got the other side too, though, that say the shit worked. Ain't nobody finna come the fuck out and be like, "Oh, I was wrong."
I was wrong.
I chose the shit out of them. Everybody want to say that y'all want to be quiet now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
they never do.
Yeah.
So we had another question. Marcus said, "Did the first marriage teach you what not to do the second time around?"
That's a great fucking question.
But hold off. We're gonna take a quick break. So y'all got time to think on that question. We're gonna take a quick break and we shall return shortly. Stick around, go fill your glasses up, make sure the kids got what they need and come right on back. I promise you we will not be long. We'll be like super back, super right back. Okay? So stick around. We'll be right back.
2 and 2.
I can grab a cracker.
Join the JQLM radio family today. Syndicate your show or come host and produce your own show on air, live, or pre-recorded from anywhere in the world. That's not all. JQLM Radio also distributes your episodes to all major podcast platforms like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and more. Come join this full service and support platform. Get help with sponsorships, built from our current listeners from all over the world in 45 countries and growing. Gain access to promotional materials and let JQLM Radio promote you too. And be a part of our live media coverage team that covers events and hosts red carpet activities with celebrities and more. For more information or to join now, visit www.egoentertainmentnet.com or email us at jqlmradio@gmail.com. JQLM Radio, real voices, raw entertainment, and relevant topics. Track, Funk by Arulo. Are you in need of a fresh perspective on relationships, wholeness, love, and transformation? Or are feeling consumed with hurts from the past and finding it difficult to overcome traumatic events? Well, contact licensed marriage and family therapist Sharon Mason of Love That Relationship. She can get you back on the road to building a healthy and loving relationship with yourself and others. Love That Relationship.
And we is back. I told y'all we was coming right back. So we are still here with our guests, the Bonds of the Bond Chronicles. And before we went to break, we had a question from Marcus that asked, did the first marriage teach you what not to do the second time around?
Yes and no. So I would say the first marriage taught me a lot within itself. I grew a lot. I think I got married at 22, maybe.
No, it's like 23. 23, 24, because I had Courtney turning 23.
I wanted to be married by 25. So yeah, maybe 24, 25. All right, so yeah. So I am an only child. I have lived my life to make sure that I'm good. So I am, like I said, a nurturing person to a certain extent. Like I said, if you're in my circle, I will fight to the death, so to speak, for you. So when I realized how my first marriage ended and I guess you call it the trauma that comes with that, I wasn't out on love. I just realized I loved and married the wrong person. So going into the second marriage, I thought, well, no, they're different people, but they actually had some similarities. So as far as what not to do, I would say there have been a lot of times, like I'm a mouth person, like I will talk and I will say stuff, and I can be passive aggressive, but I can be very direct as well. And so I realized that even though I'd be right, or I feel I'd be right, there's a way you got to communicate that. So I would say that's probably been the biggest lesson that I would learn is how to communicate with people. And then my first wife was not Black, so that also has been a very different dynamic. And then I didn't have any kids in my first marriage. So the situations there's been a lot of differences, but I would say making sure in how I communicate has been probably the biggest lesson to learn, and not just in marriage, just in life. There's a way you can tell people they're wrong. There's a way that you can tell people do better. There's a way to be open and, honest and apologize for things when you were wrong. So I would say those are probably the biggest things that I've learned. But I wasn't super out on it, like marriage or anything like that. Like I desired to be married once, what I'm saying? The divorce and everything was final. So that's probably the biggest takeaways for me.
I think it teaches you a lot about yourself and how things that you want, things that you desire in a relationship, and learn how to handle them with a partner. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would say, and I think that the adjustment was big, because I think I was divorced probably a year and some change before I even really started dealing with anyone on any kind of level. And so reacclimating not only another person, but a child. And I had not been a dad. I'd never changed a diaper in my life. So that was just it was just me and my dog. So that was.
Yes, doggy.
Yeah. I got a Bella.
The beagle.
Bella's a beagle. Love her to death. She's like 7. She'll be 7 this year, I think. And so that was a huge adjustment to have someone come in, and this lovely lady had a lot more stuff than I had previously had to deal with. Like we have similar shopping habits.
That was a nice way to say that, though. She had a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
What? You could just be like, "Hey, man, she came with the goddamn stove."
Yeah, like there was a bunch of like I had never had to like give a bunch of my stuff away to like make space for somebody else.
Oh, yeah, I was on Martin and Gina.
Yeah, very, very, very much so.
So how much stuff did y'all had?
Right. Who was hiding shit in the closet and in the microwave?
So here's like I had a house. So like I refurnished my house the way that I wanted because it was just me in here. And so now she had her own place and she had all her stuff. And so now it's a conversation of, well, I like my stuff. And
I like my stuff too.
I spent a lot of money on my stuff.
My mama gave me that blender.
Right. But that's the thing. Like there are all these little things that they don't really tell you about when you start talking about moving in with your spouse. Like I cook. I'm a great cook. I love to cook. I asked him, I'm packing up my apartment. Hey, do I need to bring this? Do I need to bring that? He's like, no, I have all of that stuff. So I got rid of stuff that like my mom had given me, stuff that I had purchased myself. And I moved in and I'm like,
he had
you don't have any of this stuff. You don't have any of this stuff. And I done got rid of all these things. Now we have to go buy it again. He's like, well, it's okay because we're buying it together. Okay.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Like she brought like
got him through dinner, breakfast, and lunch.
This pot is better because we bought this pot together.
Like she like cast irons. I ain't never used no cast irons.
Because you don't know how to cook.
I had these amazing.
Never trust a man and say, "Oh yeah, I got all of that."
And I know that now, right?
I had mad stuff.
He has no forks. He has one plate.
I got robbed.
Half of a bowl, like the bowl.
He did, for real.
That one bottle was everything.
No, I do not trust the man. I got all that. Nope.
Now, hold on. You say you got robbed. She said you did, but they left with one fork.
So, the pettiness of my ex. One day I came home
She took your earring back.
And I opened the door to I don't know what I was about to eat. I was about to eat something, and there was all the silverware was gone. So I'm like, oh no. Nah. So I called.
Bread ties off the bread.
Right. So I called, and I'm like, you took all the silverware? And she had the audacity to say, I left a spoon in the sink. So I had one spoon, one dirty spoon.
I like her tactics, you know, because I'm all for
don't you stress yourself. That's some stuff you can do. You can try to figure it out.
It
wasn't like I was
down the word. I'm gonna get all this, and I'm gonna leave one of this and two of that. Did she leave some towels and washcloths and
I'm
stuff?
Gonna leave some butter knives.
That's the thing. Like we could have just talked about it. Like I'm not that kind of dude. But once I saw we was moving like that. Things changed. Like I packed this place up. I took a bunch of stuff to my mom's house. I was like, "You ain't gonna the stuff that's important on my
ain't nobody about to do nothing with this stuff."
Yeah,
did she come sew up all the pee holes to your underwear?
Nah. Like it's been even since we've been married.
Thanks for the idea.
I'll go look for stuff, and I'm like, I know I had one of them, and then it's like, no, you don't. So it's. That's been kind of crazy, but so that helped us integrate our lives because stuff was missing.
That's crazy because that spoon thing just put it in my brain. Like she was that petty. It probably was the big ass spoon that you can't even put. It wasn't even fit through the hole. Like you bogus.
It was a whole set. You don't have to do with one.
You can't even eat your cereal in the big bowl. Teaspoon.
Nah. It divorce ain't fun. Let's say that. Like it got it, man.
Real.
Oh man, like there was some days. Let me tell you, but hopefully I don't have to go through that again because that was.
Hey, no, but I want you to like dive a little deeper into the divorce ain't fun part. Like I know you happily married or whatever right now, but like what was the issue that made it turn into that though? You know what I'm saying?
So for one, I don't know where y'all at. I'm in the state of Virginia. So in the state of Virginia, and again, I'm a black man and I was married to a white woman. So naturally there were incidents that was happening and transpiring. Like she was running out of here all kind of hours of the night, just acting crazy. And like, I'm like, well, if you don't want to be here, like you can leave. So literally I had to go to court to get her out. And then I had to pay for where she was staying, even though like she was wrong in the situation. So like they made me responsible for her lifestyle, even though like she was the one that was messing up the relationship.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So, and then like still on top of that, like we both worked, but like I made more money. So there was a lot of stuff that I took care of. A lot of the furnishings in the house, like I bought. And so like that silverware.
Oh, you know what Gary Owen going through?
Huh?
You know what Gary Owen going through right now then?
Oh, yeah, there you go. So like there was stuff like I bought. And so I'm like, well, that's mine. So you can take whatever you bought, but don't take my stuff. And so that's the stuff that started missing, like stuff I bought. So like you hiding stuff at your friend's house in your friend's trunk and stuff like that while I'm at work. Like I'm trying to work to pay the bills to make, because at this point, like you ain't contributed nothing. You just in here living. So then like I was taking the batteries out because it was hot in the summer. So I would take the batteries out the thermostat so you couldn't turn the AC on. And then,
I mean, divorce is not funny, and this is not funny. And I'm sure when you were in that situation, it wasn't funny.
It got, and that's mild. Like there was some stuff that had to go on because like I have to go to work, so now I got to be out the house, and I had no idea what I was gonna come home to every single day.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
But I think the real part of my question is like, was she like just mad that you were divorcing her? Like what made her go acting like that? What, like I don't understand. Like what makes people do shit like that?
That's like a regular breakup. That's just like a regular breakup when the motherfucker ain't ready to go and they ain't really trying to be done. Like, oh, so you want, okay, so let me inconvenience your life. Let me leave all the silverware and leave you this baby spoon. Let me leave you this.
But I think there's obviously that there's hurt, and obviously there was arguments that transpired and stuff was said. But I think it's also self-preservation. And so when the reality of life is starting to show up, like I'm gonna have to go. Like I'm going to have to live on my own. I'm going to have to be out on my own. You do what you got to do to make sure that you're taken care of. And when you haven't had to do that, it's a harsh reality that, oh, snap, like all the stuff that I hadn't thought about, I need that stuff now.
Yeah, and I got to pay these bills that
I don't have the resources to do it, but I see it sitting in front of me, and I know he's not going to jeopardize his freedom and his livelihood. And like we had an incident where she called and said, I'm in fear of my life and there's a gun in the house. So like it got the stuff like that. And like, that's when everything's going on in our country. And like, we live in a very predominantly white area. But like, I recognized there was limits on really what I could do and how I could respond. Yeah. And so a lot of it, you just got to eat and trust God that he's going to, whatever is stolen, he's going to give it back to you. And
he did when he got you me.
Like my life is exponentially better. Like we got mad kids, we got all this stuff, like stuff I've always wanted, I've been able to get. Like we travel, like everybody that we talk to says, I wish I could travel like y'all. Like my life is significantly better now, but I had to go through that to really appreciate it and get to somebody that can help bring me up. But then God allows, to bless us and prosper us in everything we do.
Facts.
My question is, where did your healing, how did that healing journey look like for you? Like, as you've been divorced and know that it's a process before you jump into the next thing, like, how are you feeling when it comes to that, especially in the area of trust?
So I compartmentalize pretty well, even in like debate or argument. Like I can take what you're saying, I can process it, and then say, quote unquote, refute your point with fact instead of emotion and just yelling and screaming or, profanity or something to make you belittle you. Like I can have that conversation. And so in my life, like I've just had to be able to compartmentalize. So I don't put what happened there on other people. Like I said, I still love the marriage and I wanted to get married. I just realized the person I married wasn't it. So as far as the healing process, it took some time, and I think I maybe have put things in place, but I wasn't a naturally trusting person anyway. So I don't think like she's dealt with anything different per se. Outside of once I feel like you're in a relationship, if you start to do things that remind me of things that happened in the past, or if you do things that cause me to be less trusting of you, then I'm gonna treat you a certain way. But I don't go into friendships or relationships, and that's always the guidance I've given. And I've had a number of female friends that if you go into a new relationship or if you take somebody back, you can't hold what happened before over them because you're gonna sabotage the situation. If you're gonna take them back, you need to forgive them and move on. And if you get into a new relationship, you can't carry that baggage, or you're gonna destroy something that was really good for you. So I've chosen to live by that. Like, we've had, difficulties because we've had a lot thrown at us early, but from a trust standpoint, unless you give me a reason not to trust you, I'm typically going to trust you. And it's burned me a lot, but I can't live my life on edge all the time.
Okay. We had a question from Mel. She said, what was the toughest part about blending living spaces? She talking using bathrooms and cleaning habits, all of that.
For me, like you were saying, like I had a lot of stuff. And a lot of my stuff is just things like I'd accumulated over my life. Like I'm probably like one bad incident from becoming a hoarder. So I have like every birthday card I've gotten since I was like 12, like stuff from when my daughter was born, just all these different things. But for me, they all mean something. And so like specifically, we still have this conversation now, artwork. Like I'm a big art person, like, and I prefer original art versus what you get at like Ross, TJ Maxx and all of that. And so like when I moved in, like I'm just gonna put my artwork up and it's gonna be cool because his sucks anyway. But for him, he was like, nah, like it took me weeks to find this picture, so it's staying and things like that. Bathroom space we still struggle with because we have a very small vanity, and like I'm a makeup person, like I love makeup, and I'm a hairstylist by trade, so like all my hair products and all that, like I don't have space for any of that. And so for me, it's like we just need to buy a bigger house, so that we don't have to keep going through these continuing arguments about space and where things are gonna go. Another big part is obviously cleaning habits and all of that. Like we have a traditional relationship, I guess, in some ways where like I'm a housewife, like I do the majority of like the cleaning, I do all the cooking and all of that. And as a single woman, I mean, if I felt like doing my dishes, I would do them. If I didn't feel like doing them, they would go in the dishwasher and all of that. And he's like, so you gonna go break down that kitchen? Like,
oh my God, that is my husband all day long. I told him that 2 weeks ago. Like he'd be like, you left one bowl in the sink, and I'd be like, it's a bowl. I'll wash it in the morning. It's 10 o'clock. I a bowl of cereal at 11 o'clock at night. I will wash it in the morning. He'd be like, it's a bowl in the sink. Like, why don't you just wash it? Because it's 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I want to go to bed. I'll do it in the morning.
Or whatever. No, so stuff like that. It's even now. It's still like, man, if you don't leave me alone about whatever it is you're asking me to do, and I get to it when I get to it. And then for me, the biggest adjustment I think has been Bella the Beagle, because Bella the Beagle sheds, and there's dog hair on everything, everywhere. And even now, like, it drives me insane. And so, like, that portion, I don't know what we're going to do about that, because we can't just make her stop shedding. Like, that's been really difficult, because, like, I've had dogs, like, when I was a kid, but they never shed. Like, they were.
So Bella was your dog?
Yeah, it was his dog. His dog.
So now you're a fur baby mama.
I am. I'm a fur baby mama, and I just wish my fur baby didn't shed on everything, because there's hair everywhere, and I'm not used to having to clean that up or have to deal with it really at all. And then I have allergies, so it's like even even that portion is like, it drives me insane, especially when we have twin boys. While I was pregnant, my allergies was like out of this world bad. And so, like, we would go somewhere and be gone for however many days, and I'd be like, oh my God, there's no dog here. I can breathe. And then we would get back home, and it's like, okay, I guess I'll just go sit outside so I can keep getting fresh air.
I would say a lot of what she just said is true, but I think the biggest part for me with blending space is like blending lives. So she talks, I'm similar to, it didn't pop up, your husband, in that, like, I'm a cat. I'm meticulous. Like, I won't go OCD anal, but like, I'm the kind of person, if I come back in and something's slightly ajar, I'll be like, who touched this? Like, I know somebody's been in it. What happened? And I know my house. So she's not that way. She's very laissez-faire and carefree and just kind of flows. Like, for example, when we get back from a trip.
Yes, please tell the people so that they know that we
just got back from Miami Saturday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Friday night, Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah, so Saturday morning.
So we got back at like 2 a.m. because I don't know if you're familiar, but we had to travel like an hour and a half from the airport. I got home at 2:30. I unpacked my entire bag. I put everything up in its dirty clothes. I unpacked both suitcases. Like, so it was done by Monday morning. All my clothes had been washed. All my clothes had been put up, and I was good to go. It is Tuesday. And her stuff has not left. She just opened her bag. She was looking for something for the dishwasher, makeup.
No, I was looking for makeup.
So her bags have been in the living room since we got back. So that is not my way. I would love to not have to walk past it every day. I go to my office to work.
Our office.
Oh yeah. So
and then on our side. It's on my side of the office.
I had an office, and then the kids came, so I lost my office. Then I regained my office, and then she decided I want to have a t-shirt and cricket business and other stuff. So now we share an office. And now there are many days that I come in and all her vinyls and shirts are on my side of the desk.
That's not necessarily true.
It happens all the time. It's gotten slightly better, but I still have to look at it. And I am I like nice clear sight lines. I don't like stuff underneath and on top of stuff. So it's something that you take with it. Kids have helped a lot because they destroy. And it was a point where I was cleaning up every single night, all the toys, putting them up. That doesn't happen anymore as much. So it's been a big adjustment. Like to speak to our closet space. So we had a nice, I think a decent sized closet.
Not for two people.
It worked before.
I didn't have enough stuff then.
So we had a closet. It worked, and then it was me, and it was great. I had all this space. Even when I had the full closet, I think I did have stuff.
He has stuff in every closet of the house. When I moved, there was stuff in every closet of the house.
It was his house, right?
Yeah.
That's not the point.
Okay.
That's not the point.
Why the hell he gotta make room for everybody to live there? Why the hell he gotta?
That's my point. Like,
if somebody that don't live
there to be used.
Nah.
So I was using them. But needless to say, I gave her fair warning. I said, hey, I've been through this before. If you keep putting stuff up, the closet's gonna break. And probably a month or two ago, I was downstairs working hard for the money, and I hear this like crashing sound. I come upstairs, and the entire closet has collapsed.
It wasn't even the entire closet.
It was basically the entire
Stop
closet.
exaggerating. I had adjusted shelves on my side of the closet to make space for more of my things. And at the time when I was moving the shelves, we didn't have everything that we needed for me to do it correctly. So I kind of, blackified it a little bit.
So you took the structure away from the part where you needed the structure, and all that shit broke. Oh, okay.
And so it broke. But I fixed it, and then it was fine. And then your side collapsed. And that's how we ended up having to get somebody to come in to do our closet.
Fixed it by taking the structure from your side and putting it on her side.
I had to put more weight on my side. Kept pushing me in the corner. So as I kept going in the corner, my side could no longer handle the initial load.
Feel attacked because that's not how it happened.
So then,
I'm gonna make you feel a little better because I agree with you on the luggage part. Coming off, I need a damn vacation after my vacation, so my shit's gonna sit in the suitcase for about a week. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
I was absolutely when that conversation happened. I looked to the left, like.
But I told
my suitcase. Wait, so I feel really bad because like I still have my suitcase from Vegas. And my suitcase from Atlanta. Like,
oh no, not two separate trips.
Yeah, two separate trips. Like, I've taken stuff out of them and moved it around so that I could take it to Atlanta. But now they're just sitting here. Like, and I'm like, and it's crazy because I have not missed any of the clothing in any of those suitcases
at all.
So, like, I was like, oh, I feel attacked. Because you in my business, Ray. Because my suitcases are still sitting here.
He realizes that most people don't operate that way.
I'm getting
I get 24, 48 hours, but when they get to like a week, like what are you doing?
Again when I get ready to go to St. Louis. So
I mean, it's still in a suitcase, so it's not really in a way. You could just put the suitcase where it was at first.
It's dirty clothes though.
So yeah, it's from Vegas, Chicago, and Atlanta.
I know if you was in Vegas, you was sweating.
My suitcase from March, I just
it sounds like you said you just unpacked
it. It was in my guest bedroom on the bed. I just unpacked it and put it away. And I only did it because my daughter was coming to visit.
See, after having this conversation, I feel like I should not be so judged.
And see, that's the thing. This how my packing situation go if I'm going on the trip or something. Like, I don't even wear everything I take because I'm gonna have like 1 or 2 lazy days where I'm gonna be walking around in basketball shorts and a t-shirt. Like, I didn't put on
Damn, these.
None of the outfits because I didn't leave there. So, hey, I didn't wear none of that.
So the key there is when you come
say?
back, you put all your dirty clothes in one suitcase and all your clean clothes in another suitcase so they don't intermix. But you still need to wash all them dirty, sweaty drawers.
Oh yeah, I take the dirty clothes out of them, but the rest of the stuff is just sitting in there. Like,
see the way I pack my suitcase though, I got a little pocket where I can like put clothes here and I can leave clean shit there. Like I know what I wore and I put that in the pocket by itself.
Yeah.
So everything that I wear, I put it over there.
Later? A month later,
No, I'm talking about on vacation. When I take it off, it go in the dirty pocket. You see what I'm saying? And I leave all my clean shit together.
And depending on where I go to vacation, a lot of times I wash all my clothes before I put them back in my suitcase because most Airbnbs and stuff have washer and dryers.
Wait, the dirty pocket sounds like something that I should be watching on.
No, man, you know how I'm talking about the suitcases come with that little. The suitcases come with that little flap to separate your shit.
I got
Cinemax at night, like that I shouldn't have been watching as a kid. The dirty pocket. Like I feel like that's something that needs to be made. I'm like, that sounds like a good movie though, but. That sounds like it belonged on a VHS tape, you know, like one of them back in the day that you found in your parents' room that you wasn't supposed to find.
Wasn't supposed to be watching.
So I kind of have a quick question, kind of what Pam alluding to is because you guys got together and got into this relationship so quick, has it been such a learning curve about learning different characteristics about each other since you guys moved in together and the arguing and things of that nature? How has that affected the relationship? Like how bad are the arguments? You know, do you guys how bad do the arguments be? Because it sounds like you guys are still learning each other as you came together to cohabitate in such a short period of time.
What?
So
now I'm with it. I got
two comments.
Was that all in Pam's comment though? That's all I want to know. Did you type
it's from Michelle.
So Michelle said the things you are mentioning will usually cause bad arguments. How are such blowouts avoided? When you do argue badly, who gives in first when making up? And then Pam said, did you know anything about each other's personal habits before cohabitating? So you combine the two.
Mouth, that was horrible. But
can we put the first question up? Can we go back to the first question?
Read a book and shit like it was one fucking comment.
Just combine the questions.
What's the cohabitation of the cohabitate? Since you guys,
I was on my TI shit.
What?
No.
So I guess I'll take my part and then you can see how you respond.
You guys cohabitating in the domicile.
So,
oh my God.
Stop.
No, I would say they're not avoided. Like, I'm not the kind of person that'll run from an argument or a discussion. And I'm not the kind of person that will, if I feel like if there's that awkward energy, I'm not just gonna keep walking past you. Like, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna solve it, and you ain't gotta like me, but I'm not walking around my own house scared to talk to you because I don't want you to blow up. Like, we're not gonna do that. So now we've had some arguments. God bless our doors. No, I'm just playing. But no, we talk through it, and I try to be practical in my in my points that I'm trying to make. We don't do the whole call each other out of your name. Once it starts to get personal, I'm not somebody that's gonna deal with somebody yelling at me. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But once you start getting demonstrative and you start getting animated, all right, go calm down since you want to act like a child. And when you're ready to act like an adult, we can come back and have a real conversation where we're trying to solve a problem. Because once you're just blowing off your energy and your steam, I don't have time for that. Like, I got too much going on to be entertaining your attitude and your ego. Like, let's deal with the real issue. And so
what is your sign? I just got to know. What is your sign?
I'm in Aries.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry, Carrie.
So typically, like, and that's the part when I say communication from my first marriage to my second, how I articulate what I just articulated has changed. Like, I wasn't always, as skillful at saying, like, I'm not going to talk to you right now and you need to grow up. So typically, I guess as far as who gives in first, I usually have to give in first. Like, I think she'll admit a lot of times she do be wrong, but I realize like if we're gonna, we want to have the intimacy in our home, then I have to help bridge that gap.
That's him apologizing. He just fucked up and he knew it. That's why he gave him rub. Like,
it's gonna be a conversation.
Before he even started talking, as much as he had to think about what he's finna say, I was like, she's finna knock his
that head finna go between that fridge.
That's out.
No, because for what it's worth, a lot of what he said was right. I am an argumentative person. I am. I'm very fiery, especially when it's something I'm passionate about. And a lot of our original arguments were because we didn't know each other as boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. So a lot of the things that we were arguing about were things that, as things have progressed, I've realized were failures in my previous relationships. And so it's like, I didn't necessarily have to either deal with it in the other relationship because either I broke it off or I just swept it on the rug and kept going, or the person I was with before, they wouldn't argue with me. Like they wouldn't go back and forth with me. So the issue would never really get resolved.
And I don't back down.
And he does not back down. He doesn't. And the thing that would irritate me the most in our disagreements would be that he is very methodical in how he argues. So he'll have this situation.
I keep receipts.
And all these other little things that he's been accumulating in his head to bring up to prove his point in the argument. And I'm just like, well, I hear all of that, but at this moment, you're making me feel this way. And the fact that it would,
can't do. Oh no.
But for what it's worth, like when you're having a disagreement, it's like, yes, I understand whatever facts you're presenting to me, but as your wife, how you're making me feel should be just as important as the facts that you're presenting to me. So
you can't use that though.
If I'm a person,
you can't use that.
No, you
cannot use that.
And he can't use all those receipts.
No, you're not gonna make me feel. You're not gonna make me feel bad about bringing awareness to you for what you did. No.
About receipts from.
And so, like, I no, what God is doing is shut down his Wi-Fi so he can keep spewing his ridiculousness. What it is you have to, the same way you have to know how your partner's love language, you have to know how to communicate with your partner during an argument. So if you're telling me these are my issues with you, and I can't receive how you're telling me these are your issues, how am I supposed to respond? So in the same breath where you want me to be able to respond to you articulately and express like, okay, well, I see this is where my error is. I also need for you to realize that the way that you're presenting whatever it is you're presenting to me has an effect on how I'm feeling. So if I'm an emotional person, which I am, and you are, and I feel attacked, I'm going to lash out or, be emotional, and that's not going to solve the problem. And I think now we understand that better about each other. So he knows that, okay, I have this issue with you. This is how I'm going to present it to you so that it's not, you don't feel like you're being emotionally attacked or any kind of attack. It's just me stating this is what's going on and this is what I need from you to fix it. I can hear that and receive that and say, okay, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'll work on it.
Say thank you.
I mean, I don't say thank you for bringing it to my attention.
But she said that's what she could. That's what she said.
But that's what I meant.
Okay. So, I just say that to myself when I be trying to say that to you.
I don't know about y'all, but I want to hear Cat and Troach go back and argue because they were playing like freeze tag.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's been happening, but like y'all been on each other's heads these last couple of weeks. Like y'all,
and I don't even be saying nothing toward her. I'm responding to them.
But y'all both just get to go with it.
Song to make the
I was going to say also to that, I think the important thing, and this is something that we've dealt with a lot, is in an argument, being self-aware. So if I'm bringing something to you, like she says, I think these things through. I cannot tell you how many times I've been in a shower and I have had the conversation, both sides of the conversation with myself before I've had it with the person I'm gonna have it with. I've already presented what I'm gonna say, how I'm gonna say it. I've already, played out what potential responses they're gonna have. So I'm ready. So when I come to you, just know I'm coming ready. And again, I know you said you don't keep the receipts. Like I don't hold the receipts against her or against anyone I'm dealing with. But if you start telling me, no, I didn't do that, or when did I do that, or show me when I did that, okay, I'm gonna show you. And not that time. Oh, I got another one. Oh, you got more? I got another one. Like you're not gonna try and play me like what I'm saying ain't facts. Like you might not like the facts, and that's why I said you got to be self-aware to understand. I'm not coming at you because I'm trying to play you or put you down. I'm trying to help us. My goal isn't to make you look or feel bad. My goal is for us to grow. But in order for us to grow, you got to stop doing the stuff you're doing. And here are the situations in which you did it. And if you keep doing it, we ain't going to work.
Now, Growth Him has been able to articulate that a lot better than Old Him.
Yeah, Old me was bad.
But I understand why he keep the receipts though, because if I say that you've been doing this and you doing that, you doing this, and you say, when did I do that? And I'll be like, you're gonna be like, you don't have no fucking point because you just made that up. So now I need these receipts to show you did that on this day, period. So you can't deny that you did that shit.
But why wait until it get to that point where you got to provide all those instances and examples?
Because it's like this.
Issue or a problem. Why with an issue or a problem?
Wait.
I'm asking a question. I'm not yelling. I'm not saying. I'm asking a question.
And I have the answer.
Yeah. Okay.
I definitely have the answer.
Okay. So
because
okay.
Let's just say
that.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Let's just say you did this on. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, Bree, go ahead.
Can I bring a different awareness to something that you said? Anytime, I think it's great that you go into a conversation already ready for everything that's going to happen in the conversation because you're already ready for everything that's ready to happen. But when you do that, sometimes you can go into, you were frozen. You don't know what we're talking about.
I just heard you rap.
So another way to look at that is anytime you already go into a conversation with the script, you're not really prepared to listen to anything new. You're not present in the conversation because you already have the conversation built out in your head. So I would just give you an awareness of have your receipts because we know you're going to have them, my guy. We know you're going to have them. But don't go in trying to calculate what someone else is going to say because then you're not present to what's really happening. You're already ready with your honor, and that's not going to help anybody. So that was just a different perspective to add to that.
I hear you, but I think
it's okay.
No. But I would say if you ask her, there's a bunch of times where
look at her face is coated.
Or if you ask her, like, I am listening though. And that's why I'm able to recall the stuff that has happened is because in those moments, I am listening. And so she'll say, you didn't hear me. And then, or she'll be like, what did I say? And I can replay back everything you said because I was hearing you. And I guess it's a gift. I have the ability to process information fast enough to still respond respectfully.
You'd be like,
it's not like I'm zoned out.
I'm just she was gonna say that.
But I'm not zoned out to going like I'm not listening to you. But I've played out a number of scenarios, and I can just pull from different things and say and respond. And when I'm wrong, even in an argument, I think, and you can admit if I'm lying, call me a liar. But I will say, you know what? You're right. You were right on that point. Now.
All right.
I'm trying to call him a liar.
I'm listening. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, like
I'm not dipped on the screen a little bit. She said.
When
he said something. Right. She did like she said.
It's tough for her.
What is your sign, love? What is your sign?
Oh, I'm a Leo.
Oh, yes.
I knew it.
Yeah, I'm a Leo.
I knew it
when she said that I get very passionate about what I be talking about, and you're not gonna talk to me any kind of way, I was like, a lot like me.
So, can I just ask this question? Is it?
Don't let them beat you down, brother.
No, they can't do it. They've been trying every week, my dude. But I come back every week. I hold my shit down on my own. Because mouth be like, Trisha had you.
Go ahead.
No, so is it more of a beat down if someone said like you do something Monday and I come to you and I tell you about it Monday? You do something Tuesday. I said something on Tuesday. You do some Wednesday, I say something on Wednesday. So your argument not gonna be, oh, you got some shit to say every day instead of me just laying it all out on one day.
So now I'm glad you brought that back because that is the balance, especially for somebody who's meticulous like me. Is you're balancing between like nitpicking and being someone's parent by picking on the same stuff every single day versus trying to wait, hoping they'll fix it before you got to say something. And this isn't just her. We got kids. I'm a supervisor, so I supervise a group of people. So I don't want this to be like these are all her issues. This is me and how I function. So to your point, like you have to weigh that balance of I'm trying to help us, but you're stressing me out because I keep having to deal with the same problems over and over again. Whereas if you would just fix the problem, I won't have to come back to you, and our lives can be so much better. But then it gets to a point where, to Kat's point, you don't want to get to it so heavy that then you unload everything. And so all the things from the past 3 months that you just been holding in, you just blow up because that's not productive either. Right. So I think it is a balance.
And, to what you're saying too, though, you do have to make sure you balance it out because a lot of times people can't fix what they don't know. Right. People can't do better what they don't know. So if I'm not going to say, if you're doing something that's bothering me, irritating me, or I just think it's flat out wrong, if I don't say anything or you don't say anything to me and I keep doing it for 3 weeks, a month, 4 or 5 weeks, and now we're having this other conversation and now you want to say, okay, week 1, you did this. Week 2, you did it again. Week 3. Well, babe, why didn't you say something at the end of week 1 or the beginning of week 2? How did I know that you had a problem with what I had going on?
But what if I did, though? What if I did?
But then that becomes a problem too. If you're saying the same exact thing every single day, then I'm with him. Like at that point, you are being nitpicky. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
we don't need to be together.
6 months later to say something that you have a problem with that I keep doing. Like you got to tell me and not wait 6 months to tell me and then tell me all at one time, all of these instances.
So I think that's what it boils down to, a balance and knowing your partner enough to know when you need to have those conversations. Yeah. I think it's when like he said, they have these situations and he has his receipts, but then like Kat said, you have to go and tackle the problem when it happens, but not being nitpicky and saying some shit every day. If you got some shit to say to me every day and you don't like what I'm doing every single day, if I'm doing something every day and you don't like it, bruh.
We have deeper issues
like, get back up off me, G. Like, what's your problem? State your piece. Because then it's going to start to cause a lot more conflict than resolution. Like we're gonna have way more conflict than we're gonna have resolution if you coming at me every day about some shit. Well, let me tell you about you.
And that's
but why can't I say something every day if you do some shit every day?
But who wants you like do some shit every day? God damn. Ain't nobody trying to be. That's so much energy. Like that is so much wasted energy. So then the question then becomes, if the dish in the sink bothers you, why don't you wash it?
Exactly.
If this laundry that you walk by every day bothers you, why don't you put it up? Like that might be why I'm single, because of the fact that if a dish in the sink is gonna irritate the shit out you, my guy, then you better get me a dishwasher and you better we in this thing together. You feel what I'm saying?
Jack.
I feel like
basically, Ray. You better unpack that fucking suitcase, my dude.
It comes down to
nah, he don't gotta unpack the suitcase.
I just move it somewhere I can't see it.
Put it in the closet, Robin. That's
but I
great.
think to that point. But so in the flip side of that would be, can I give you a compliment every single day?
Yeah. So you're trying to succeed.
That part.
So if I can compliment you every day, why can't I potentially? And again, it's not a criticism because you're a bad person, but it's like, hey, this is still us. And for us, our situation, like I'm working. So when I get off work, I don't want to have to walk past certain stuff. Like I don't want to have to deal with certain stuff when, at least in our scenario, you know, you've been home and it's not easy because we got all these kids and they're crazy. But they're blessed, but they be doing some stuff. And I think, Troach, your initial point was if it's the same issue. Like if it's the same issue and I got to keep coming back to the same thing, like that's draining. And some days I'm just not going to feel like talking to you about it. So there might be a couple of days where I'm just like, look, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I don't feel like dealing with it. And then I finally get the energy to deal with it. And now it's been a couple of days. So I'm going to be a little bit more amped up because I did not feel like arguing with you. And we've had that conversation where there are some days I'm like, I just don't feel like arguing. So I let it go, hoping that because you know me and because you love me, you will fix it before I have to come back to you. But if you don't, then once I'm back in the game, now we're going to talk about it. And now I'll be like, you saw it. You walked past it all them days. You knew I wanted you to pick it up. Why you ain't pick it up?
But you know, when we talk about saying stuff every day, it goes back to too, if you say something to me on Monday and then you say the same thing to me on Tuesday, and you know, I know you said, Ray, you a stay-at-home mom, wife, but if she wasn't, or even if she is, she might have had to run errands, had to go to the grocery store, take the kids to school, just be out of the house, come back and still cooking and cleaning. So if you said something on Monday, you don't say nothing on Tuesday, because did you really give me adequate time to take care of the problem before you down my throat again? Not if she got, and I'm saying using y'all because whatever, but for anybody, not if you said something on Monday night when you came home from work, right? Kat, this is bothering me. You know, it's a problem, whatever. Okay. I get up on Tuesday morning. I take the kids to school. I got to go to the grocery store. I got to go to the dry cleaners, maybe mail some birthday gifts or something. And then I got to go to Walmart. I got to come home. I did 3 loads of laundry.
And you got to be slow.
I come home on Tuesday. I've only technically been in the house for a couple of hours total. So, damn, you said something on Tuesday. You just said something last night. Give me a minute. Like, I got all these other things that I have to do that take priority over whatever this is.
But over that one ass spoon?
We still on the spoon?
So, nigga, if you got a problem with the damn spoon, shove it, okay? Because that's how I feel at this point.
I'm just saying, dude, Kat talking about she getting you for one damn spoon, bro. Watch the one spoon. You got adequate time to watch one spoon,
bro.
But Kat, even if you don't have adequate time, why can't you communicate to me, hey, babe, I know you're going to get home. I know you asked me to do this. I wasn't able to do it because all this stuff happened. Versus me coming home and now I see it. And my first question will be, I asked you to do it. Why didn't you do it? Now, it's on me.
Like I'm be like, why the fuck you ain't doing it?
I agree with
that. Did you see his
it's all about the presentation. Like, if you come at me like that, I'm be like, why the fuck you ain't do it? You saw it there. Why didn't you do it?
Because I already asked you to do it yesterday.
That's how the argument goes. Because he's looking at it from his perspective. I asked you yesterday to do this, that, and the third. But for me, I'm like, do you forget that we have 3 kids and I've got these businesses and I've got this going on and I've got that going on and I've got this going on? Like, it's not that I'm just willfully disobeying you or whatever, however you want to put it. It's just like, it literally slipped my mind. But for him, he's like, well, you're always forgetting something or something along those lines. And for me, it's like, I'm not always forgetting something. It's just that I have a really long list of things to do. And if it's bothering you that much, why can't you pick up the slack on this particular situation?
So that would also kind of be where a reminder
is needed sometimes.
Right.
Like, you have to think about, not just think about your life, think about what your partner does, similar to what Kat was saying. Think about, you know, her list of things that she has to do. So yes, it may have slipped her mind. So a reminder like, hey babe, you know, yesterday I asked, could you do this? She might receive it a lot better than, I asked you to do this yesterday. Why you ain't doing it?
Exactly.
Leroy, let me tell you something.
So would it come out better for him to just
come at me that way? Like, I asked you to do this yesterday. Why you ain't do it? Cause
I think though it goes to his point though, and I think he said this. Like, you got to know at some point you have to know your partner. You have to know who you're with. Because the example that he gave as far as the communication, I agree with that. If I know that this is a certain way that my partner or my husband wants a certain thing, and I didn't do it, it slipped my mind. Hopefully I can remember to be like, babe, you know, I know you said something about XYZ. I'm gonna get to it. I didn't forget. I just got busy, and I'm gonna communicate that.
So right.
So I agree that you know, great communication, but at the end of the day, you have to know who you with. You know, if you know that he's gonna kind of get mad or he might come at you sideways, cut him off at the ankles and just communicate before he can go sideways. And babe, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get to it. You know, like I heard you. I just got busy.
And I think that'll solve everything. But to that point, like in this scenario, like if it's Tuesday, there's a certain way I should come at you. And I think Leo was talking about, like, I ain't gonna come at you sideways. But if I mention, hey man, and it's Friday, all right, I'm not a-manning you no more. Like, either I'm gonna do it and then I'm gonna let you know I did it and I'm pissed that I had to do it, or
then don't do it.
It's gonna be
whatever it is that you're doing, you can stop doing so this get done.
Hey man, I went on and did them dishes. I really didn't want to do the dishes, but I did the damn dishes.
I did the dishes I ate off of. But question of the day is going to be, when you come home, since she's a stay-at-home mom, when you come home from work, are you then like jumping into like daddy role, like let me take these kids so you can go get the dishes taken care of? Like, is it like all hands on deck when you get home, or is it, well, shit, I've been at work all day, you know what I'm saying? And when these kids going to bed, like,
so we use that as the example. I actually work from home, and throughout all of this, I go back in next month for a couple of days.
Okay.
So it used to be where I would get the break, you know, the drive to kind of decompress. Like, managing grown adults is tough. And my team, I got people that are low 20s, and I got people that are in their 60s. So it's a wide range of people I'm dealing with, and stresses that I used to have that commute that would kind of allow me to listen. Like, I love music. Music is my outlet to kind of get out my frustration, whatever I got to listen to, you know, to calm down. So now I don't get that. And there are times I would love to maybe hide downstairs on the couch when my shift ends, but that don't happen. Like, usually the kid's nap is over. She been, you know, upstairs entertaining them all day. I'm not going to, like, that's 7-8 hour day stuck upstairs. I can't leave her up there. So a lot of times, no, I'd go right into, you know, dad mode. And I want that. Like, I love my kids. I haven't really got a chance to see them at a positive light. Usually when they're coming downstairs, it's because I'm in a meeting and it's an inopportune time, or they're crying and I hear them. So no, I like I said, she can check me if I'm wrong, but typically I go pretty, like today, as soon as I got off, I was doing laundry. I put their laundry up last night. I put their laundry up before this. We've been rushing. I made sure that they ate while she was on her call. So yeah, like it go pretty much 24/7, or as long as I'm up, I'm moving.
Okay.
Well, let's see what we got here, because you know, Robin, you kind of set them off when you said disobeying, and I know that ain't what you meant, but everybody like disobeying. Oh my god!
I just wanted to say,
oh man,
and I'm like, bro, that ain't what she meant. She said, as you said, like, that is not even how I want to put it, but you know, that's how you gonna put it.
Why did she mean it like that? I'm obedient to my husband.
You look disobedient saying that.
Oh man, I mean, I said it, and I meant it how I said it. Like, the whole and this is a conversation that people have all the time. The whole submission, being submissive, who's the head of the household, all of that. Like in the Bond household, he is the head of the household. No questions, no ifs, ands, buts about it. But in the same way that he's the head of the household, we make decisions together. He's not just doing things and I find out about him later. If he's asking me to do something, he's in not necessarily authoritative position, but he is asking me something from his position for me to do something. If I'm choosing not to do it, if I haven't done it, the same way I think you look at like any other situation where another adult, another peer has told you to do something, has asked you to do something, and you haven't done it. It's disobedience. However you want to look at it, break it down, that is what it is. And so it's not like, oh, I didn't do something, so now I'm gonna get in trouble. Like,
I mean, but you might like getting in trouble.
I mean, you know, I'm button sometimes just because, you know. But it's so like that's not. I said it as I was disobeying, and I'm sure it came out a lot stronger than what I meant for it to. Boy, stop. Like it came out a lot stronger than what the intentionality was behind it. But essentially, I meant what I said.
And I think to her point, I think we had a podcast episode recently about gender roles. And I think what people miss, and I relate this somewhat to church, but just modern times where we use titles, and this is not a shot, Brie, but like king and queen. And that's women say that's my king. But when you really research what life was like for queens when there was kings, look at what's going on in Britain. Like it's not the lovey-dovey Cinderella story. Like kings was ruthless. And when you speak that over who you are, like the idea of being a queen sounds good until you have to. I don't know if y'all watch Game of Thrones, but like it can be brutal to walk in that kind of hierarchy and empire. And so it's like, I want the title, but queens' lives weren't great, depending on who the king was. So I think in relation to that, like, it's okay to like speak to your wife as a man. Like, you don't got to do everything on your own. Like, just because you're the head of your household or you're her king doesn't mean you got to belittle her. But as a woman, it's not, making you, less than because your husband asked you to do something and you obeyed him. Like it's unnecessary. And I think people get caught up in all that nonsense and
they make it more difficult than what it needs to be.
100%.
Tiffany, the way your face popped up at obey, you said, what the fuck?
Girl, wait, because I'm laughing at the comments. Like, I'm watching, like, the comments on this screen and then the comments on here. And then I'm just back and forth like, bruh, y'all are tickling the hell out of me. Because Mouth in the comments talking about y'all need to get off the spoon in the sink. I'm like, what?
Because I'm sure it's more detailed and in depth than just
right.
About fucking spoon in the sink. No, it's more than that. It's just an example. Y'all keep talking about a damn spoon or a damn dish. It's not that. I'm sure
you didn't bring that up. Though. That was somebody's real life.
I mean, if that's the conversation go like this. Didn't I ask you to watch that spoon in the sink? Oh, I got so busy today. Did you have time to pee today? Then you had time to watch that goddamn spoon.
Oh, baby.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm sure it's more detailed than this. We talk about more than spoon.
Yeah, a whole bunch for sure.
Pay a bill or go grocery shopping or something. Something.
But even that has been an adjustment. Like, these are dishwashers. Like, I didn't grow up using dishwashers. So, like,
none of us did. I mean, maybe Kat, but
there she goes. She's filling on the camera again, but you gotta watch over her.
Like,
White slide on the camera again.
I did have dishwashers. I absolutely had dishwashers. However, I don't use dishwashers. I don't think they get the dishes clean. So I wash dishes by hand. And my last dishwasher, I actually used it as the grocery store dish bag storage place. I don't. But I did have dishwashers, and I didn't have to clean my house at all, even when I was grown. My parents cleaned for me.
Talk about entitlements. This motherfucker used an appliance that costs major money to whole plastic bags.
Come on, Danny. Come on, Danny.
It's okay. On that, Cat. On that.
Hey, Danny put a comment up I was going to say, too. Plastic utensils will solve this issue.
People got problems with paper plates and shit, bro. That's less work. Throw that shit in the garbage.
Trying to put the plastic shit in the sink. Like, bro, watch this. If you don't get that shit out my face and put that shit in the trash, we gonna have a problem, G. Like, and then, hey, if you don't want to eat off of a paper plate, so you go in there and make your own goddamn plate. Cause today, in this house, we using paper.
Okay? And you know what? That's when you be real with yourself, though. Like me, I know I don't like to wash dishes, so I'm gonna get these plastic forks. I'm gonna get these paper plates. We gonna use these shits. Y'all throw that in the garbage. Ain't nothing in the sink. Cool. Let's do it.
Listen, I drink.
I'm not gonna lie. During the pandemic, it was all plastic and paper in this house because I was not about to be washing dishes.
Bottle, so I don't have to use a cup. Okay.
I only know give me a glass.
If it's one
keep
thing
refilling
I like doing, it's like doing dishes. So I'm gonna drink my wine out the bottle. I drink my wine out the bottle. Jug. Only time I really use cups is when I'm on this show because y'all not finna see me be ghetto and hold this gallon of water up to my mouth on camera.
Yeah, she did.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Don't judge because they didn't judge you.
I'm not judging. It's just different.
Okay. It's always nearby. It is always literally by, like, as my water and my phone are always nearby. Okay, but y'all not gonna catch me drinking out this jug on camera. So and
then what's wrong with just knowing the person that you are? Be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I don't wash dishes. Why? Don't judge me because I don't want to eat off a real plate.
I ain't ashamed about it.
But how do y'all cook y'all food though? Y'all not watching pots and pans?
1,001 cups.
Yeah, but it's a difference between 15 dishes and 2.
Yeah, I'm with you. But it's like
it's no different.
Plates and forks don't give it all the dishes.
I have parties and people be like, "You got a paper plate?" No, I do not. Get a plate. Get a real plate. Get some real silverware. I do this. You're not eating off no paper plates.
But when you come to my house, you don't get the paper plate.
That's the worst time.
You don't like to keep this cat. I take this cat.
I can do it. I don't prefer to, but I will. But I hate drinking out of plastic cups and styrofoam cups. I don't drink out of plastic cups in my house. I gotta have a glass.
We got glass, but everybody in here got water bottles. Even the kids got bottles, so we just reuse them until we can't reuse them no more.
Y'all don't just drink bottled water?
No, it's
that is such a waste of money, and it's terrible for the environment. We got a Brita water pitcher, and you just
refill it.
Like my Trader Joe's, I'm gonna always
like we got good water where we live at. It's okay. You can technically drink out the faucet. I just don't.
Oh yeah, because I live up in Virginia, so we gonna take a moment to have the new music moment from the mouth. We're gonna get that new music moment in our system because we know that we need it, okay? And then we're gonna come back, we're gonna wrap up. We got about 15 minutes left in the show. And I know y'all probably still got some more questions for the bonds. And you know, we learned a lot tonight about the bonds. And we learned a lot about each other.
Yeah.
We learned that Trosh is gonna
nitpick about that damn phone
every day.
Hold on. I did not say that.
We learned that Cat ain't drinking or eating off no paper. We learned that the mouth gonna run 3 or 4 comments all together. So we learned a lot here today. But we gonna get this new music moment in our system. Get some new music because I know it's gonna be fire. I didn't even listen to this one today. I didn't cheat. So I
told you to listen to it.
When y'all listen today. Like I tried to cheat earlier, but I was running a little behind. So we gonna get this new music moment. Stick around, go ahead and fill your cups up, get your little drink in because you know it's gonna be a vibe, and we shall return right after the new music.
Let's get it.
Be right back, y'all.
Hey, what's up? It's your man, The Mouth.
It's time for your new music moments on the Phat Girl Chronicles. Let's jump right in with DC Young Fly. You know him from the 85 South. You know him from that. Bring that ass here, boy. But yo, he making music. He got a song called Good Thing featuring Ro Timmy. You heard it first. Right here with your man in the mouth on the Phat Girl Chronicles Podcast. Let's get to it.
That don't mean I want to. On the low, everywhere that I go, they be on it. They be trying to have a nigga out living in the moment. I be holding on to something and I don't know if I want it. You say make up your mind. Girl, you running out of time. Don't know if I'm over your body. Don't know if I can leave it like that. If I ever see you with somebody, I'm gonna want you back. Don't know if you're that somebody. Can't let another nigga get that. I don't wanna go insane, cause we got a good thing, yeah.
Yes, indeed. That was Good Thing by DC Young Fly featuring Ro Timmy. Now we get into a song by him by the name of J. Vic James. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but hey, it's JVCK. The music is good. The song is called Basement. It's right here on the Phat Girl Chronicles.
Quiet down like a basement, she all up on the floor. The woman got no patience, so we ain't moving slow. You've been getting out a lot, trying to get above. Yeah. Hit me with that ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, you wanna ooh, ooh, ooh. She gon' get that ooh, ooh, ooh. Fuck around in the ooh, ooh, ooh. Been a baddie, she from the valley. She make a boy loco. High on the Cali, yeah. She got the fatty, yeah. She can say grab me, yeah. She liking the mojo. She send me the addy, yeah. Like a float. Make it overflow, flow. She kiss me at the toe. Baby, you can blow, yeah.
Yes, indeed. That was J. Vic James, and the song is called Basement. But now we get into one we know and love. Mr. Anthony Hamilton's back, y'all. His brand new single is called You Made a Fool of Me. And you heard it first, right here with your boy, The Mouth, on the Phat Girl Chronicles Podcast.
I'll never take you back. You could never do no wrong. And you know I adored you. But you chose to break my heart. You were sleeping with another man. And you had him all around our friends. You never said you were sorry for what you did. And I can never do you like that. You made a fool of me. You made a fool of me. I gave you all I had. I gave you all I had. You made a fool of me. You made a fool of me. I'll never take you back. Oh, no.
Yes, indeed. That's Mr. Anthony Hamilton, and You Made a Fool of Me. But now it's time to get into your album of the week, your artist album of the week. The album of the week is called Vague Details. The artist is Colleen Taylor, along with production from The Code. They got together and formed a great collabo. The first song we doing is called Nobody Else, right here on the Phat Girl Chronicles.
Don't put my mind good when there's nobody else around. 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 When there's nobody else around.
Yes, right there. That song was called Nobody Else. off the album Vague Detail, your album of the week. You definitely want to go out and pick this one up. The artist is Colleen Taylor along with The Code. The album again is called Vague Details. Go get this album now. The next song we're going to get into off the album because it's a complete project is called Gone.
So good to you when I do. For connection when I go. No reception in your eyes. It's only testing when you're gone. Blinking, you're gone. You're gone, you're gone. Gone, you're gone. No, I don't say much, 'cause I'm formulating just to make it out. I know you was alive, but that's a burden that I don't think on. Safe from before, a place I've been running from. Just so you want, and my love for my long eyes, and you know there's strong connection when I choose.
Yes, indeed. That's your album of the week. Vague Details. The artist is Colleen Taylor, along with The Code. Right here with Nobody and Gone. And the album again is called Vague Details. Go pick that one up. Along with Anthony Hamilton, You Made a Fool Out of Me. Along with Javick James and his single called Basement. And DC Young Fly from the 85 South show Good Thing featuring Ro Timmy. Yo, this has been a new music moment with your man The Mouth. And don't forget to follow me on all social media outlets at the Mouth_moments. That's the Mouth_moments. And if you need anything, hit me up right here at the Phat Girl Chronicles at gmail.com. That's the Phat Girl Chronicles at gmail.com. This is your new music moment on the Phat Girl Chronicles with your boy The Mouth.
Peace.
Yeah, that was good shit, bro. It was a vibe from the beginning.
I'm telling y'all, I'm on Colleen like I'm on Kenyon Dixon. He has a song that he put out in 2017. That's when I first heard the song. It's called Wall. Go download Walls. Go download the new CD. You won't be upset. Colleen Taylor, awesome.
That's what's up, bro. That DC Young Fly joint was smacking. He called me off guard.
Yeah.
He got some good music.
Yeah. He puts out some pretty good songs.
He does. Puts out some really good music. So
make
sure y'all go download all that good music and stuff. So we got like 7 minutes left in the show. Atrocious Frozen.
Hey, Mouth be that. The motherfucker be in a whole groove when he shooting his videos. Boy, y'all see the nigga? That motherfucker like
he be dirty whining and everything.
It's all about the music, man. You know I love the music.
He remind me of on House Party when Martin was DJing and he did that little spin around behind the DJ table and shit. That's how Mouth be looking. He be legit ready, like, bruh, y'all don't even feel me. But I love it. I love it. I love it. I loves it. We got 6 minutes. So if y'all have any last minute questions for the Bonds?
They asked us for
Y'all got any more?
No, I think we delve deep enough into their life already.
Hey, listen.
How can people check you out?
Nosy.
Give everybody listening right now information on how to follow you and how to check you out.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got it, Mr. Announcer Man.
So on Instagram we are the Bond Chronicles, nice and easy to find. From there, I am Mr. Bond Chronicles on Instagram, Mr. Ray Bond on Twitter. We have a Facebook group, the Bond Chronicles, recurring theme, and my host is
Mrs. Bond Chronicles on Instagram, Ms. with a Z, Bond Chronicles on Twitter, And that's it, really.
Yeah, that's through our Instagram bio. You can get to our link tree. So tap into everything we do on YouTube. We do the audio. We use what's that thing called? Anchor. So Anchor. It pushes. Yep, that's it. The mouth got
that's
it.
That's them.
Yeah, that's us.
That is them.
So yeah, we do YouTube. We're starting to evolve that some. We Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We everywhere, man. Right now, we just trying to get the message out, get people to tap in with us, grow that thing, and then we can get into all the other stuff later. But it's just something for us to do together. We do travel a good amount, but it's something that brings us together. It allows us to kind of vent in some aspects and regards. So no, I love it. Shout out to Tiana Andrews. I see her in here.
My sister's on.
She's been out here. She's been out here for a minute.
Yeah, we had the screen full, so we couldn't see the comments.
Yeah,
so we just
man, y'all been missing them.
Now we see. Yeah, we see.
Yeah.
You so like sometimes like we see the comments when they coming in, so you'll just see us start laughing for no reason. Like to y'all, it's for no reason. But we done been read the shit already. You know what I'm saying? So.
Listen, I know y'all are like, did we say something funny?
Yeah, y'all can be on a serious subject, saying some serious shit, like, "Oh, I was crying," but we laughing because we done read the comment and shit already.
Right? Crazy. And y'all would be like, "Why y'all so insensitive?" No, we insensitive motherfuckers down here. These the insensitive jokers down here in the comments. So,
what's y'all growth been looking like though since y'all started? How has it been consistent for y'all?
Yeah, we get a few new followers on all platforms a week. So, and we just started March. We officially launched because I launched my t-shirt business in February. Okay. And so, yeah, we launched the podcast a month later.
12th episode. So we do one a week, sometimes a little bit more. So probably like 2.5 months. Yeah, probably February, March. We just started the
triple
Instagram.
Digits now, so
yeah, we just hit 100, I think, today.
Hey, get it,
with a couple people. So our subscribers on YouTube, I think we're almost up to like 40. And our joints is authentic. We ain't paying for nothing that's corny to me.
Right.
No, it's been cool, and some of it's just kind of taken off. Like I'll post we schedule our videos to go out, and by the time I can even get to start sharing it on the different Facebook groups and even in on our social media, we'll have a couple of views and we got some likes and comments. So it's been kind of crazy. To be honest, it's humbling because we really got into it for us. So the fact that other people, like I said, tap in and embrace it is even better.
It's been cool.
Yeah. She got blocked by a celebrity because of some of our takes. She was talking to somebody and they blocked her. So that's kind of a claim right now. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
We're arriving.
Still a lame. Yeah. He's still a lame.
She said, I stand on what I said. Shit.
For sure.
She wasn't wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether it was on Facebook, YouTube, or our Facebook page. Thank you for tuning in on JQLM Radio. Make sure you follow the Bonds on all social media platforms so you can help them get their numbers up. And if you haven't already followed the Phat Girl Chronicles on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, please do so. It's the Phat Girl Chronicles. And on Twitter, it is PGC Podcast. So check us out on all of those platforms. And make sure you join us in our Facebook group, the Phat Girl Chronicles Podcast. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, have myself and the squad as a guest on your show, or have us discuss any topics in particular, shoot us an email at the Phat Girl Chronicles Podcast at gmail.com, and we will get back to you. And as I say each and every week, whatever you do for the rest of the evening and the rest of this week, don't do it with your half-ass. Do it with your whole ass. All right?
Unless your back pockets touch.
Ow.
2 fingers. Catch y'all next week.
Y'all silly.
It's been a long and it. We on some legendary. Oh yeah, we overnose it. We on that brink of greatness. So close I fucking taste it. Premature